Hey guys, it's me, and it's not Sparks, it's Wilson. If you haven't been on Twitter, we're going straight into it. I did leave Comrade Gaming, Sergio as you know it, about 2 weeks ago I think now, and for reasons, not reasons due to them, they've done absolutely nothing wrong. It was all on my behalf, and yeah, I wish them the best. So I thought I'd just cover that up for people who don't follow the Twitter or F1 community scene. And yeah, so now that's out of the way, nothing's really changed too much apart from that. We're at a new season now in PSGL. We are still teamed with CRG Gamer, and we're in a different car. We're in McLaren this season, which is a bit annoying since it's closer in the pits. It's fourth in this pit lane's systems are shit. What? So yeah, enough of that. We move on. This is the outlap. We're at Bahrain short if you haven't noticed already, and be in for an absolute how do I explain it? Chaotic race. This race, I mean, it just I don't think it's representative in terms of how do I'm struggling to put words. I don't want to sound like an idiotic person, if that's a nice way to put it. But yeah, it's just one of those tracks, isn't it, where everybody can be quick, I think, and the gaps are so small, and you just need a bit of luck here and there to do well at it. And yeah, it's not for everyone, to be honest. But nevertheless, my PB round here was a 57.358, which I was pretty proud of. I don't think we could have got much better. Yeah, and nothing more to say really. We're starting our first lap here. It's an interesting wee track. It's, as I said, it's quite small, so the skill gap is near to none round here. As Vast Racer likes to say, he's quicker than me at Singapore because the skill gap is bigger. So if you're watching this, Vast Racer, shut up. And yeah, I'm going off track here. I need to be more professional. Right. So yeah, nothing much has happened. We're just on our first banker lap. I think we're on for a 0.6 bank here, and yeah, so it's looking pretty good. Come around the final corner. Can it be a 0.6? I'm pretty sure it was a 0.6, so I know what happened already. And yes, it's a 57.681, about just under a tenth off Vast Racer so far. I've done a few practice sessions with Vast Racer, and our pace looked pretty equal, so it was just kind of who could pull it out. With my recent performances, it'll probably be him who can pull it out in the real thing. Japan last season, final race, we done a really good lap, a low 25, which got us second. I think that's the last time I remember me doing a decent lap in the real thing. Also, if you don't know much about this track, you can do back-to-back laps, literally one after the other, because the tyres literally do not wear at all. But I think this is going to be my fastest run. Spoiler alert, we messed up the last run. So this is going to be my fastest run. So going into turn 1, you want to brake just before the 100, slam onto the brakes, down to first gear for that extra rotation that we do not have, up to 5th, minimising wheel spin, and then through this tricky right-hander, a bit off camber, the rear gets a little bit loose, and to be honest, it was pretty good first for the real session, a 0.333. I'll take that any day of the week. Now onto this tricky left-hander, you want to brake really late, let the car flow in. Miss that apex and carry a lot of apex speed. Run out wide, bring it back tight to minimise the distance of the track. Back tight here, the rear end is easy on these cars. Through this corner, very tricky, probably the hardest on the track, I think. And that was an average run through there. A lot more could have been done there, and just watching back in this, it looks quite safe. Into this last corner, we do it pretty well, down to 3rd gear, up to 4th. Open up the wheel as much as you can, and down to the line, opening DRS, and it looks like it's going to be a low 0.5, and it is a 511, which is it's a decent lap. I'm not going to downplay it, it's not a bad lap at all. We go for another run, and we actually do mess it up. So, and this is where we messed up on our second or last run. We make a big mistake there, and as I said, we can go for another run here. So I go again. We're actually up, we're on for about a 0.4 here, and that happened. The whole week I was struggling with that corner. I think most people do, but yeah, I was just horrible. So qualifying was a mess, to be honest. To start 4th is pretty good. So yeah, I'll take it. It'll work. I think we can make something work, but yeah, it was a mess. The race was over an hour long, so I didn't save my start. So we're using the race, this race feature thing. So quickly to the 5 red lights, and away we go. You can see us there in 4th. Not the best view as we do not have the POV, so you can't see much. Mitchie behind us in the Ferrari gets an insane start as he is on the pad OP hacks, and we are into 4th. We get a bit boxed in there, we can't really brake late, and Mitchie goes round the outside. Can we do anything about it? Doesn't seem to. So we go sideways out of turn 2. We're trying to defend. I think that's midnight. We bash him off track, just like every driver has done. Not as bad as some, but through it into turn 4, 5, I think, and it's looking pretty safe. So we're into 5th now. On the start, we've actually dropped the place, and we're back onto our POV. Quickly into lap 6, and a safety car comes out. So yeah, nothing really exciting's happened, and a safety car comes out. So this could be a pretty crucial factor. Do we pit onto the hards or do we not? It's a 100% race, so I wasn't sure if tires could make it to the end, and it's a short track. It's just new, 100% short track. I've never done this in my life, and I'm sure most people haven't. So I didn't know if hards would be able to make it to the end. Looking back on it now, considering where we finish in the end, yes, we should have pit. I mean, we had nothing to lose, to be honest. I didn't realise how ridiculous it could be pitting in the hards and how good the alternate strat was. So yeah, looking back on it now, we definitely should have pit. But I think our engineer as well, Bolts, advises us not to, which is, to be honest, a smart idea. It'd be stupid to pit now, and looking at it now, yeah, I still think it'd be a bit audacious to pit. But as you see, we fake pit, but everybody does, and yeah, nothing comes out of it. So yeah, that was the game plan. We didn't pit. I think Ashbest, Walters, and Suso, I think, pit. Maybe another one, but I'm not too sure. But the safety car restart happens. We get bogged down by this stupid safety car thing where it slows you down, and we actually get a horrible exit. But thankfully, Jordan was smart about it and didn't want to cause any moves, any crashes. So yeah, back to the usual DRS train. We are defending inside slightly just because everybody was braking so early into turn 1, and it's probably the most nerve-wracking braking corner in the whole track, as the whole pack just closes up and it gets quite dangerous and it's quite difficult to make moves because of that, as you're scared of hitting the guy ahead. So on to lap 16 now. We're just conserving tyres. Engine does get very hot. Currently I was kind of hoping they'd go for moves and take each other out. I was just driving, doing what I could do. I didn't really want to go on a move on Mitchie. I think that's how you pronounce it, Mitchie. Because I didn't know what type of driver he is. Is he the type of driver to close the door? Does he leave space? So I had no clue really what to do with him. So I was just trying to eke him out, but yeah, I can't really eke him out when I can't even get close to him and try a move, as I'm a bit too scared, a bit nervous on the moves. So yeah, but as you can see up ahead, or if you did not see, Matthias actually made a mistake into the penultimate corner, which allowed Samuel Bean, I think it is, to go for a move in his inside. This is going to lose us so much time. Keep in mind that I think the alternate strategy people are still in our DRS. So yeah, we're having a nightmare race right now. They're probably sitting there licking their lips, knowing they could be on for a podium, top 5, and maybe even a win if it goes well. But they're about 3 wide now. Vast Racer taking it to the outside. It's never going to end well. Vast Racer looks to have backed out, thinking smarter. It looks like that has cost Vast Racer on the exit though. Mitchie's going to go for a move. It does not seem to have worked. This could be setting us up for a move nicely. Mitchie gets a horrible exit out of turn 3. We plan on the ERS. We go into DRS into the slipstream, pull out to the left hand side, and we think better of it. Again, as I said, I don't know who this is. I don't want to dive bomb it and him turn in me. So I mean, it is an occurring theme that drivers just turn in on you now. And I was only alongside his wheel, so he probably would have. But again, I don't know. I've never raced him, so I was being quite conservative along Mitchie. Maybe if it was somebody like, I don't know, like somebody I knew, somebody like Vast Racer, for example, I would have been a bit more confident on it. But yeah, Mitchie, I just wasn't having it, and he actually pits at the end of this lap. So not a crazy early pit stop, but it's definitely early. You'll be expected to be nearly in puncture range at the end, depending how quick the train is, which currently it's not very quick. So we probably should have pit. Again, looking back on it, I'm sitting here thinking we definitely could have pit, but it was such a hard race to predict, and I can't really blame myself. I'm almost being too hard on myself. I don't think anybody could predict how chaotic this race was. Considering how PSGL, PS4 is usually quite a calm league, nothing really goes on in it. It's quite a boring league, a lot of people like to say, at least the PS4 side. And so yeah, we pit on lap 22, a lap extra than I was planned. Vassaracer goes one more, and again, I've said this about 4 million times. Looking back on it, we probably should have extended at this point because we may as well have the fresher tyres. We get slightly held by Matthias as the pit stops are horrible, as I've said again, and yeah, the pit stops. I really hope they do fix them because I mean I think I complained in the Co-Masters forums as we get jumped by Just and Jordan, who were behind us, keep in mind. I complained about it, but it seems they don't care, so it's good to see Co-Masters are really listening to their community, which thrives their game, especially the league racing community, so that's always nice. But nevertheless, back to the racing. We're now behind Just, our last season's title contender. I'm sure it'll be no different this season. And the plan was, I had a pretty precise plan in my head right now, and it was to pressurise him into making a mistake. I knew we had the pace now. I felt really good in these medium tires compared to the softs. And you might have heard me there even say it if you've got your volume turned up enough. So the plan was to, I literally had it visioned in my head, to go for a move on him, and hopefully he'll defend the inside and he'll have to brake early because he doesn't want to hit Jordan, and if he does brake late he has the chance of hitting Jordan. So that was the plan in the move. You can already see him defending or having a look slightly. We have a look as well just in case anything happens, and you can already see he's getting quite close to the back of him as Vassaracer comes out behind us, and yeah, nothing more of it. I'd also like to mention Midnight's behind us. He's on the medium tyre and he's got a penalty, but he's also a reserve, so it's nice to see him back in F1. We actually go for a slight move on Just, but nothing is made of it. We just kind of have a look, pressurise him again, as we've said, and yeah, nothing's made of it. So yeah, Midnight, he raced in season 24, and he's quite a young driver, so really good performance from him so far. I think he qualified 5th, which is pretty impressive for your first race back. So yeah, I think he should be proud. It was quite a tricky race, so for all the new guys, this was quite, you're getting thrown into the deep end. But enough of me chatting absolute bollocks. It's lap 37. Does it look like we're going to move on Just? He brakes very, very late, kind of wanting to do what we wanted him to do, and we go round outside after he hits Jordan, and that's an easy move for us up into 8th place. I think this is like net 6th I think at this point, so it could be so much worse right now. I'll take it any day of the week, but nevertheless, we have CRG Blizzard, our old CRG teammate, going for a move. He's in the alternate strategy, proving how overpowered it is. I think he started like 18th or 17th, but he's going round or outside with those freshly gripped softs. We're now in the outside, side by side. We're not holding back here. Threw it into the penultimate corner, and he takes it easily. I'm just having a bit of fun here. At this point, I didn't know what was the right move. I see his light flashing, so I think maybe we should go for a move. We're going all over the back of him, but it doesn't look like we can make anything of it into this last corner, so we're going to save it for the straight. To be honest, I don't know if it would have been best to sit behind or not, because Just was actually using his ERS, so I was kind of forced into a move here. So we look for the inside, dart to the left. Can we make the move stick? Round the outside, probably not. He is on the soft tyres. This was mainly just to defend from Just, and it looks like nothing's going to be made for it. He leaves us space, but as I said, nothing came out of it, and I didn't really expect anything to come out of it. And yeah, we've dropped down one position, so this is the start of the alternate strat runners just swarming us. Next up is Benjamin behind us. He goes for a lunge, and yeah, there's nothing we can do. I mean, the alternate strat is ridiculous. We're trying to defend, we bash him off the track, pretty aggressive. He goes deep, there's no point in trying to fight. We try the switch back, and it doesn't work. So moral of the story, I'm just fighting them for the sake of it, to be honest. Again, I didn't know what I was doing, because I didn't know if maybe there might be a chance to fight them. I didn't know if the sauce would die out at one point, and if I let them by, then they could just be a burden to a race. So I was just throwing everything at it, and everybody was throwing everything at it. I think everybody was a little bit more aggressive today, which did cause quite a lot of controversy, especially some people in my party. But yeah, coming on to lap 49 though, we have our teammate behind us who actually wants to let us by, but I was being a bit of a interesting bloke, and I decided to fight it. You know what? We want to have a bit of fun, don't we? So I defend the inside slightly, also to not hit the back of Benjamin. CRG Gamer, our teammate, goes round the outside. A beautiful helicopter cam here. He's going round our outside on the fresher tyres. We go a little bit deep. We're rubbing wheels here. I get a horrible exit due to the trajectory of the corner and the old tyres, and he takes that position. So well done to Gamer. Good pass on him. And yeah, now we're in 10th place. So it's getting worse by the minute. You wouldn't. I don't think if I wanted to. If somebody told me in lap 54 of this race you'll be in 10th, I think I just wouldn't have turned up, to be honest with you. But now we've got Casper behind us, the former Renault esports driver. We all know he's a very good driver. He knows what he's doing. So we're gonna have to be very prone to him behind us. As it's all kicking off ahead. Matthias, it looks to have rammed into Mitchie, I think that is, and I think Mitchie actually got damage from that. So he's just I think he's gave up at this point, and he may as well. He has every right to give up, and that's actually put us up to ninth place. So we're firmly, I wouldn't say firmly in the points. We're on for 2 points, I think now, which isn't crazy, but it's something. If anything happens ahead, which there is a very high chance considering how much they're fighting, we could be on for maybe a top 6 or something, top 7, which considering how it's went so far, I'd take any day. But yeah, Casper's still behind us. He's not really going for any moves. Casper has become quite a lot more aggressive in the recent seasons. I think esports has taught him that you just need to bash everything out of the way. He's not the worst, don't get me wrong. He's quite a respectful driver. But yeah, I think esports taught him a lesson, which is actually quite a beneficial lesson, to be honest with you. So yeah, I keep saying so sorry if I keep saying and that so is annoying you. I'm struggling to find my words today. It's been a long day. I'm sure you can excuse me. But yeah, there's not much more to talk about. I've left myself the rest of the race to commentate over here, so this is going to be fun. We're actually going into the last lap nearly, which is about 50 seconds long, or a minute since we're in the race, so it's not too long left. I was kind of hoping it would all kick off in this last lap, considering the laps before were just absolutely crazy. Keep in mind, I've not showed you the absolute full POV, but I wish I could pick out bits from my brain and pinpoint what I was thinking at that point, because it was just chaos. Yeah, but as you can see ahead, Jordan's light was actually flashing way before us, so I thought maybe a move might be on here. Up at front you can see people darting. We actually go for a move on the left hand side, nearly rammed to the back of my tyre, so we have to go for it, but nothing was made for it, and that's a shame, because I think we could have really got that position there. We sneak up the inside, but nothing happens. Matthias and Benjamin going side by side. The new CRG driver Benjamin, the F2 champion actually, on the alternate strat, the more favoured strat at this track, so it looks like he's on for good points in his first race. It looks like he's got the move. He's also fighting Matthias, and he nearly goes off track. He's all over the place. Now it's him and Blizzard side by side. Is Jordan going to get into the action? This really slowed us down. We actually tapped him, which lost our momentum, and that gave us a huge tank slapper in the penultimate corner. Can Casper go for a move? We should really defend the outside here for more momentum, but no, we're actually defending the inside. It could be all over now. Our 9th place could be gone. We're going to push him onto the curb, all over the place on the exit. He's on the soft tires, has the better grip, and it looks like he's going to get it at the final corner, and we got 10th place in round 1, and you might be able to hear me laughing about it, because yeah, I mean, just what a race. At that last corner there, we really should have kept the outside for more momentum, so that's something that I need to keep in my mind for next time, to add to the bank of experience. So yeah, what an interesting podium. I mean, Samuel Bean, brilliant race from him, he done everything right. Ash Best, his first podium in a while, so congratulations to him. And Suso, congratulations to him. I think he was the one who pitted onto the hards, so I did a cut there, so excuse me. So yeah, as I was saying, same with Ash Best, who went onto the hards at the start of the race, so that proved to be quite beneficial, especially the alternate strat. I didn't expect the alternate strat to be that overpowered. I'm not going to complain because the person who didn't do the alternate strat, Samuel Bean, won, and I think, I mean, it's not all down to this, but I think the pit stops really was a deciding factor. I wanted to pit earlier, but the pit stop position didn't allow me, so again, Coolmasters listening to their community really helped with that, so thank you Coolmasters, your game's just, it's unbeatable to be honest. But I do feel coming into this race, I was quite, I mean the excuses are all about to come out, so if you've enjoyed the video, leave now. But yeah, I was quite tired going into this race. I had school. It was quite a long day for reasons, but yeah, I mean it's not really a fair excuse to be honest. I mean, a lot of it was out of my control, as I've just mentioned. So I don't feel like there's much better in it. Again, is what it is. So if you've enjoyed the video, please watch the next one, and yeah, I'll see you next time out in Singapore.